I'm going to mention one name, which I reckon no one out there will know who I'm talking about. Trevor Shodel. Have you heard of Trevor Shodel before?
No, is that a real person?
It is a real person. I've got footage of him, as a matter of fact, playing.
Oh.
He played, I think, one match for the Canberra back in 1993.
What sport are we talking? Sorry?
League,
yeah.
Trevor Shodel played, I think one match, and he was the replacement for Ricky Stewart, who cracked his ankle in half in a match against Parramatta. He came on and scored a try to make the score 68-0 in favour of Canberra, and he was never...
game breaker, you say?
Yeah, and he never played again. So there you go. That's my obscurest of overlooked sporting heroes. Trevor Shodel, we salute you, sir.
Trevor Shodel, if you are just randomly scanning the internet thinking, hey, I'm going to listen to Toowoomba Community Radio, see if there's some hip young punks there.
Yep.
Hit us up, Trevor Shodel. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from Trevor. Anyone who knows Trevor Shodel, I don't think it's a long shot, really, because there's a lot of Queenslanders played for Canberra back then, so maybe we can get some kind of tenuous link. I reckon it's only about 3 degrees to Trevor Shodel, that's my bet. Only 3. One of our regular listeners, Brody, has suggested Richard Cheekwee.
Yes!
Richard Cheekwee. Now, for those who don't know, Richard Cheekwee, and I'm assuming that none of you do know, he played for New South Wales in the mid-90s in cricket. He was intermittently talented batsman who made one really big innings of 130 odd in a one-day match, which was brilliant. Yeah. But never played for Australia or anything like that. And then later went on to become the drummer in Brett Lee's band.
In Brett Lee's band, yes.
Yes. Which actually no, he wasn't a drummer. Gavin Robertson was a drummer. I think Cheekwee was the bassist or something.
The bass,
doing a chicken bass on the left side of stage. You know.
Bum 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 bum.
Clearly, I'm getting sidetracked. Never mind. And actually, one thing we will mention just very briefly before we kick on, the star of a Pizza Hut commercial for being the most incompetent moron in the history of his chosen sport. And I'm talking about...
Hurricane Peter McNeely.
Peter McNeely. He was the man who stupidly put his hand up to fight Mike Tyson in one of his trillion comebacks.
Yeah.
And what happened? I'd like you to fill this story in because I've been talking too long.
He lasted about 90 seconds... Got some good hits in, credit to him, just did not back down, but copped a lot of abuse and just went down, got back up, got knocked down again, got back up, and they just went, that's it. It was pretty much Mike Tyson's punch-out rules. If you lose 3 times within a round, that's it.
And he was knocked out with his ears intact as well, which is some kind of minor miracle when you're fighting Mike Tyson. We're talking about obscure sportsmen a second ago, and Steve came out with an absolute beauty that I thought everyone must know about. And it's something that I actually will put on Facebook in a few hours' time. It's a great link, and it's totally worth watching. It's brilliant.
A guy you would probably know as Eric the Eel.
That's it.
Now, how best to tell his story? He qualified for was it 2000 Olympics?
Yes, it was in Sydney, yep.
Yeah, it was one of the... one of the swimming events was the 200 or something ridiculous like that?
It was 100. It was
100, but he somehow had conspired to qualify despite never having even been in an Olympic-length pool.
Yeah, it looked like... well, see, the thing was, it was Heat 1 of this race, and there was only 3 swimmers in it. And the Olympic thing, I thought you needed a base time to get into the Olympics, but apparently you just need to qualify nationally to make it to the Olympics. And this guy, it looked like he'd never been in a pool before, because even I would swim like a tiny bit better than him, and I'm useless in the pool. Totally useless.
I think if I kind of just floated on my back and just swam using the power of my shouting to propel myself through the water, I probably would have still beat Eric the Eel. Yeah,
and actually, you talk about Eric the Eel, he was the guy that, I think he did the 100 metres in about 4 times what the world record was.
And about 4 times the length of our show.
Yeah, exactly, he's just finishing now. But he was from, what country was he from? There's a...
Equatorial Guinea, I don't know, don't quote me on that.
It was Equatorial Guinea. I thought I'd throw you for a loop, and I didn't. You won, dang it, you won. So we talk about Eric the Eel, and actually the sound-alike reminded me of that incompetent English skier from the 80s.
Eddie the Eagle.
Eddie the Eagle, who I think it was a field of 70-odd, and he finished 70th and got immediately eliminated.
Finished 72nd in a field of 70. It was that bad.
Yeah, it was so bad. And, you know, those big, long ski jumps, you're supposed to be like... You're supposed to turn yourself like pretty much flat, and you sail for about 120 metres, something like that. And I think Eddie the Eagle just made it over the kicker before he slammed into the snow. And for some reason, he became brilliant. Like it'd be great for a Minty's ad, but I can't really see the athleticism in it.
I think
myself.
Even his gear, his outfit was completely ridiculous. Like
that's right.
All these people had this proper athletic gear, and he just had just a regular knitted woolly beanie with like a pom-pom on top.
Yeah, that's right. And it looked like he just came from Perisher Blue or something.
Yeah.
And one of those people that has lived in, the outback all their lives, and it's the first time they've ever been at snow, and they've rugged up way too much.
Yeah, yeah.
But you've got activity to do, you're going to start sweating in that, Yeah, never mind.